Good day, everybody. I just got done with physical therapy, and I figured yesterday it was beautiful out, so I sat out, got through a good chunk of the free comic book day comics. Don't know how many episodes it'll end up being. I just did one. Didn't realize I had my computer muted, and it ended up cutting off because I had too much crap on the hard drive, so I had to go clean that out and stuff. But now I think I'm ready to go. Hopefully it'll work this time around. At least I know a few things I screwed up in the first round. Hopefully I won't screw up this time around. But starting out, I'd say so far, reading, got one major disappointment and a few okays. There might be one that stands out or two, but we'll see. Nothing too special compared to previous years so far, but we'll see what happens. We got some good ones still in the stack I haven't touched yet. We got Spider-Man and Ultimate Universe. Little sample of each of those in here. And there's also a Venom one, which I don't know why he doesn't get any cover admiration, and he deserves it. Spider-Man, they just give you the whole spiel about what happens with him, how he became Spider-Man and stuff. But other than that, any synopsises and stuff, I'll probably read for you just to get you caught up on the storylines because I don't explain shit as well. But on it, well, first off, the first story is The Amazing Spider-Man, and it's done by Zeb Wells, Ryan Stigman, which we love, J.P. Mayer, Sonia Obach, and VC's Joe Caramagna. We get this really goofy ass looking Chuck E. Cheese character thing going on where Peter and Mary Jane are just hanging out uh, at this restaurant, and these animatronic characters kind of go berserk, and you can just imagine what happens with the Psycho Chuck E. Cheese freaks. And Spider-Man has to come in and save the day while there's other characters that are also in the background. We get a little Norman Osborn in this story, as with many Peter Parker things going on whenever Norman can pop up in the picture, he does. Uh, our second storyline is the Ultimate Universe one. On an alternate Earth known as Earth 6160, a diabolical genius called the Maker used time travel to create his ideal world by systematically preventing anyone from ever becoming a superhero, and by establishing a secret council of supervillains that rules the world from the shadows. But now a small team of heroes has emerged, and they are determined to make things right. They are the Ultimates. This is done by Deniz Camp, Juan Frigeri, Federico Blay, and VC's Corey Petit. But yeah, we basically start out with Cap, Doctor Doom, and Iron Man as this group of characters, and they come across this Maker guy, and he's got a bunch of minions and stuff that they have to deal with, and they have to deal with. They notice that he's got all kinds of. He's kind of like the collector. He's got all kinds of interesting characters and items that are collected in this like museum like atmosphere. I'm not going to give the next member of the crew away. You're going to have to read the story because it's a fun little thing that happens. How they get them, and it's just yeah. I I would definitely both those stories, the Spider-Man and that one, I would definitely check out more. But from a bargain bin, I won't buy them outright myself because I'm not huge on those. I'm more independent nowadays. But uh, then we get a little story with Venom, Dylan Brock. Uh, this one is done by Al Ewing and Ivan Coelho. This is Venom War. It's coming in the summer of 2024. But yeah, you get this little Eddie Brock, kind of a King in Black thing going on in here. Not much to it. It's only like 4 pages that you get a quick little teaser. That's probably why he doesn't get no cover space, but still deserves a little tiny. You know, I have to put a picture of him on there. At least put his name in little tiny letters or something. Venom up there. But yeah, that one was a decent one. Not super special. But then I get Street Fighter versus Final Flight. And then, sorry if the camera moves and stuff. My legs are going all crazy right now. I got a new therapist today, new gal, and she kicked the crap out of me. I hurt everywhere. But yeah, my legs are just spasticity going off the charts. Who knows what's going to happen? Hopefully, my voice won't go into the spastic voice, and hopefully, I won't go into upper shakes. If I do, then we're done for the day. But I'm going to try and get at least one video out so I can get it posted today, and then I'll probably do it. I'm guessing at least 2 more because I got a good stack here. So, but yeah, both video games, fun games. I'm more Street Fighter than Final Fight, but I have done both. You start on a cruise ship where they have these one-on-one battles going on, and that way they can go out into the sea and they can do legal betting once they get off the shores. They can have their battles, do whatever they want, no rules and all that stuff. But then we get certain characters that are working on trying to bust the whole cruise ship ring, and there's all kinds of fun battle scenes throughout this storyline. I liked it. It pulled me in. I definitely would check out more of these also. Uh, some fun, interesting characters. I don't remember seeing much on the paperwork before, on the comic book pages and stuff, but yeah, these stories were enjoyable, but it is kind of that thing we've seen before, like Mortal Kombat and stuff. And they go on the big cruise ship for the battle thing and all that stuff happens, but there's other things to it. But if you like that stuff, either one of those video games or whatever, comics, you'd definitely probably enjoy that. Yeah, Gotchaman number 0, which I was interested in at least checking something out from that without having to pick it up because I watched Battle of the Planets when I was younger, but not full fledged. Just watched episodes when they were on because back in those days we didn't have much TV to play with, so we took what we got when we got it. And starts out with these like giant battle wheels that are ripping up a city. And the Battle of the Planet characters have to jump in and get into it. And you get those little green, like bird like evil characters from the cartoon. Uh, but it's the same as what I remember. They're different ships combining to make the big ship and stuff, and all the same characters from back then are in here. And then they also take a little like second story is like Inner Compass, and it's kind of like it feels like it goes back to like the World War II style art layouts. This one actually has some blood in it, which I was pretty surprised about. I don't remember that really with the Battle of the Planets back in the old days. And then it should also mention, doesn't have it on there. It has it right here. Episode 0 was the first story, and Cullen Bunn was the writer on that. So that's why that was definitely probably the top story in here. I would say Chris Batista, Carlos Lopez, and Buddy Boydan worked on that one. And then Inner Compass, the second story was Tommy Lee Edwards, Daniel Hansen, and John Workman. And then this final story that I'm going to mention is The Rival, done by Steve Orlando, Kath Lobo, and Frank Betkovic. This one kind of got like this weird bar game going between a couple characters, and one's kind of like playing around with some magical powers and making things happen, and the other one's just kind of like going like no care in the world, not worried about anything, and then some things happen, and I just don't want to give away, but a certain main female character from the Gotchaman storyline makes an appearance at the end of that, and it's an interesting little pop. They give you a nice timeline if you want where the stuff's going to be, if you want to pick up all the different one shots and all that. Yeah, awesome little sketch piece in the back of all the characters. I love that. That would look nice in a little frame. If you're into that, but yeah, that was a good one. It holds up. This one was a surprise to me. The Disney Villains Maleficent, or however you say it. I think it's Maleficent. I'm going to say at least done by Sue Lee. Did the writing and art on this. We basically get our Maleficent characters being stalked by a younger character that wants to learn from her. Kind of like wants her to be that person's sensei. Uh, the younger person is obsessed to the point that the Maleficent character gives her something, but she's not satisfied with that. She wants more, so she does some things she shouldn't have. She also kept staring at the staff and was obsessed with the staff. And I keep saying she. I mean, it looks like a girl, but I could have swore at one point it's mentioned that it's a he, so I'm not positive. So that threw me off a little bit, but that's how I took it as a young female wanting to kind of like become like Maleficent and have those wonderful powers and stuff and learn from her. But yeah, I was surprised. I actually liked this and wanted to know more. Uh, so if I see this in the future in a bargain bin, I'll definitely be picking up some issues, or if I get a deal through one of my sites or something, I'll check out at least 3 to 6 more issues. How it goes. And this I was mentioned that I wanted to check out the animated series, but it has like 22 seasons. I can't invest that on anything. That's way too many episodes. So that's a bummer. I'll wait for a movie to come out, or there might be one already. But I was really happy when they had this on Free Comic Book Day, so I could at least learn a little bit about the characters. But this is One Piece Ace's Story, the manga, art by Boichi. And you also get Status Royale by Ruzu in here. Storyboards are done by Ryo Ashiyama and Ikiro Oda. But yeah, you get the fun, interesting characters, the weirdness to it, and stuff like that, just like I see in the advertisements of the show. And a couple characters come across a chest, and they're starving, they're hungry. Inside the chest just happens to be a fruit. What the heck? A chest that's holding onto a fruit that might be a few thousand years old or something. No idea what kind of fruit it is. No idea what's inside. It could be some weird dragon egg or something. Who knows? But let's share it. Let's cut it in half and eat it. One gets some special abilities. I don't think the other one got anything really interesting. It's like seemed like one half got something, some extra powers, and the other one got something different. I know he did get something from it, but yeah, it's basically 2 characters sharing an item and ending up with interesting interesting array of events that happen along the way, and we even get some big dragon battles and stuff, but some awesome artwork, and I really like this. I definitely want to read some more One Piece. And I do want to check out the show, but I just can't. I'm a completionist, or whatever. When I play a video game, when I watch show and stuff, I like to watch the whole freaking series from the beginning to end. When I get into a new podcast, I go back to the beginning. I, I I listen to. I like to catch up on everything and see what's up, and I'm just that type of person. And that's why with that show, I just couldn't drag myself into it. Then the second story that we get out of here, the status Royale by Rusu, is was really fun. It's basically a VR type video game thing these kids get into, and they get these really interesting characters like a mechanical fairy, kind of like a chicken, bottom half of a chicken with a house on top of it, and the house looks like it's got. And in that image, it looks like it's on fire, but it's like trees and stuff growing out of the house. It's got the chicken's head is inside the house, the eyeball sticking out the door, and the beak out the side window. Yeah, it's basically a VR battle environment game story, and it was fun. I liked it. Both these surprised me, as many of the manga ones do. I ended up liking them a lot. Next one's a disappointment. And this is where a musician does a comic book. I mean, musicians, boo hoo, your life sucks. You got billions of dollars. Yeah, whatever. It's a bummer. But this thing should not be on Free Comic Book Day. This is called Dying Inside. I was interested when I seen this. This was one of the top ones I really wanted to find out more about. Has some fun colorizations with the black, white, and blue, black, white, and red, black, white, and green, black, white, and pink. But I should mention it's done by Fallout Boys Pete Wentz, Hannah Klein, and Lisa Sturl from Bulk Comics. It does have this little warning on the side. Warning include discussion of suicide and depiction of self-harm. Why? It's Free Comic Book Day. Why do we need a book about suicide? Where I got this, there was a mother with at least 5 kids, her kids and her kids' friends that she took out for Free Comic Book Day. And that store, you were allowed 5 comics a person just for walking in the door. And then every $5 you spent, you could have 5 more comics. So Ma went and bought a few things, and she told the kids to start just picking their comics and stuff. And then she's like helping them like finish up their picks, and she's like mentioning, "Don't you want like uh, the Snoopy, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and all this stuff?" And it's like you got these little kids that are 6 on up, and they're gonna grab stuff because of the colors pop, and it pulls you in. You don't know what it's about. Then you get home and you're reading a story about a girl that wants to die on the same day that a musician died, so she's gonna kill herself on that day. And then you see her attempt things, and it's like, yeah, this is wrong. If I ever see Pete Wentz, he's gonna get a piece of me, because that irritates me. You can put it out, and just like any other book, but not on Free Comic Book Day. There are so many kids going to the comic shops for the first time, and they don't know what they're getting into. A lot of their parents don't know anything. They think comic books is just goofy fun, and it's like there's a lot of adult stuff out there, but at least put that one along with things like Basket Full of Heads and stuff like that up on the counter, and just make sure no one under, I mean, put a sign up, no one under 12 or something like that. or under 13 or under 15 or whatever. I mean, even that's your prime suicide time when you're a teenager. And it's this this shit. This should not. No, that really pisses me off. Pete Wentz. It's just that is just completely unacceptable. I lost too many friends to it. It's such a selfish act. It's like if you're gonna do it, at least think about it. If you're pissed off at someone else that you're married to, connected to, or whatever, and at least think about making a will so they don't get their hands on everything after you're dead, and maybe give it to like your nieces, nephews, cousins, family, whatever. Just so you just don't go out the night you're pissed off, kill yourself, and the person you're pissed off about gets everything and goes on with their life. And everybody is suffering because of what you did. And it's like, at least if you try and sit down and do that will, there's a very good possibility by the time you're done doing it, you'll talk yourself out of doing the stupid thing and you'll still be with us. So, I mean, and if not, at least you trying to punish someone doesn't punish everybody else. And the person that you're trying to punish goes on, la di da di da. Got everything now. But yeah, it drives me nuts. I hate suicidal crap. And I've been suicidal. Everybody goes through it at some point in their life. Most of us do have some type of issue. All right. This again a surprise because I took some old Conans to my buddy's comic shop, dumped them off, kind of thumbed through them before I gave them to him. Picked them up in a 50-cent bin during Free Comic Book Day. They were King Conan and other Conan, the Sword of Conan, I think. And uh, they weren't really grabbing me. I remember them from my childhood when I liked them, but not anymore. Not into them. More into more loosey, fun, barbarian style story. And then we got this Conan Battle of the Black Stone, which is done by where is it? We got Grim Jim Zub, Jaunty Jonas Sharf, Jumping Shao Canola, Rascally Rich Starkings, Calamituous Chris Butera, and Merciless Matt Murray. For Battle of the Black Stone. And we got Conan of Cimmeria has seen much in years as a reaver and mercenary, yet some things remain shrouded in dark mystery. Sorry, the cat walked in the door and started yelling at me. In his travels, can I come up here, goofball? Can't read if you don't get up here. Where was I? In his travels, Conan has come in contact with a malevolent force found in enigmatic black stone, a power whose influence and malice has followed him through both the Hyborian age and the swirling mist of time. Now at an Aquilonian outpost on the edge of the Pectish wilderness, the is it Cimmerian or Chimerian? I can't remember. Feels another pulse from that enigmatic power, and with it the stirring of memories and dangers he's thought long left in the past. My speech is starting to go wonky, starting to have all kinds of issues. But yeah, this is very interesting. We got some massive monsters that he has to deal with and battle through, and a bunch of other characters. There's a thing with this eye symbol that keeps popping up. They also have different periods through time, different characters we're learning about. Also seeing the eye symbol, and you learn stuff about that in the storyline. And yeah, I was very happy with that. I would definitely check out more Conan in the future of the newer stuff. And I did keep one of the Conan books with his Black Dragon clan to check that story out. But then I think we'll end after this. So we'll do these in half-hour segments. That way they don't overdo it and my throat's starting to mess up and I gotta go get ready and do other things, get dinner prep and all that crap. So, but this one is Archie Horror presents The Cursed Library Prelude. Following over 10 years of Archie Horror content, all roads have led to the summer's scariest showcase. 2024 worlds collide as Jinx Holiday and Madame Satan unpack the mystery behind the horrors that seem to descend upon Riverdale and its surrounding towns endlessly. Its source, the very library that Jinx calls her own. These terrifying stories are not merely tall tales, but an endless collection of dark worlds, all created for the demonic cursed library. Who created this collection, and how can the horrors finally be stopped by this unlikely theme? This was fun because you basically get Jinx and this freaky Madam Satan, who she has kind of like chained up with her. I can't get a good picture of it. Kind of chained up in her library with her. And Jinx keeps grabbing books, and every book is one of the dark stories of Riverdale from the Archie Horror Comics presents that we've been doing all these one shots that they have and stuff. And it's just fun. She'll read one, and then it goes to that type of a different type of artwork style and stuff, and feel to it. And see how many people are working on this. I would assume quite a bit. Uh, Looks like Jamie Lee Rutant, Craig Cermak, Glenn Whitmore, Jack Morelli, Robert Hack, Jamie Lee Rutant for that part, Stephen Oswald, or Vincent Lavallo, Mike Pellerito, and John Goldwater. Also, oh yeah, plus yeah, there's a there's a bunch of people. I ain't reading that list. But yeah, it was really fun because she reads a story to Madame Satan, and when she does, wait, is it Madame Satan that she's got someone tied up? No, Madame Satan's in the stories. Now that I'm thinking about it, and this could be someone else, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with she's got someone tied up, and she reads a book at a time to her, and the books are stories that we know from the past that the Archie Horror presents one shots, which are a blast, and or she gets questioned by the person, some things go through her mind, all kinds. It's just fun. It's they go through a lot of the different stories, and you get a nice variety of art styles and stuff like that. It was fun. I really like that. That one was probably for the first stack we talk about. That one was probably the winner. Yeah, it's definitely the winner of that stack so far. And the loser is the suicide one. Just why? Why would you do that? And it was right on the corner of the table. It was like the third stack of books, and so the little kids are like right there, bam. And you know how kids are. You want to get stuff first. I want to be the first one to step out of the car. I want to be the first one to go in the gate. And it's like, so they're just grabbing what they can, and then they'll just go through them later on and change them up or whatever. But it's like, yeah. Oh well, not going to keep going on that because I will not stop. But yeah, so if you enjoy that, I definitely will have probably, I'm guessing maybe three more. I thought thought I was almost done going through the stack, but I haven't hit the oversized comic yet, and I thought that was about 3/4 of the way through the stack. So I'm just going right down from the ones I just, as I showed them off to you guys, put them in a pile, and that's how I'm reading them backwards from what I showed you them. So, and then when I go through them, I'm going back through them as I read them. So lots more, but that's it for today. I'm wiped. Physical therapy kicked my ass. Gotta get my other therapist back next week. That's not so mean. This gal just didn't understand MS, and every time I reached out for a wall or a table or something to keep myself from falling down, she's like, you're cheating. I got MS. I'm gonna tip over no matter how great my balance and shit is. It's still gonna be off every now and then because my brain throws me. It's not my body throwing me. But yeah, she didn't understand that. But enough about me. Following under the color of MS. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club. We have a fun little group podcast where a variety of us do it. And we'll definitely get back to you with tons more stuff. We got a lot piled up right now. I'm going to have to do a lot of videos this week because with the rest of these free comic book ones, and hopefully I can read through almost all the rest of them within the next 2 days. And I got a pile of comics that I started to read before I did the free comic days, which I should have got out of the way first, but there's only like 4 of them in there, and I like to have at least an hour to talk about. And then while we were out and about free comic book day, we got the May previews catalogs, the Marvel, the DC, and the big books. So I'll be doing those 3 also this week probably. So I don't know when they'll all get put out, but I will get them recorded. So now that my hard drive's emptied out a little bit, but I'll shut up now. You guys have a great one. Talk to you again soon. Bye.